Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. The Giga today, it's so coefficient. Here we start this kind of the channel live. It's underscore Ginto, back again, the real G and to the vibe. We have much of the things to get onto your platform right now, as we're going to be entitling this 15th day of March 2025, as it's now getting to an end of here we are a little bit, and we're in, we're coming as we're cats, we're dogs. As we commence, and you are always tuned, making sure they're going to be watching the video from wherever you are. Thank you very much for the blessing day. Welcome, and this is the entanglement of the start of the video. So guys, as I just commence with this kind of the video, I have found much of the sarcasm that is getting to the portfolio, because the oblivion of much of the people are chanting out and talking about things are not going on clearly. To the real effect of the time, I've seen yesterday the one of the videos that the demon was ever making, and to the store, yes, they were harvesting much of we talk about the crops, because much of the people here, they are farmers, and you can just talk about that is a good thing that they are just showing as an example, because the father was talking about come I show you what is really happening to the real African culture and what we are doing to sustain ourselves with sustainabilities. That was a heckle and a kudos to that kind of the family in terms of the food which is always available and to the home of people. The fact is coming once this way. It's not everywhere you will ever find such kind of the sacks of maize, just a storage area to make sure that people are going to be using it in the consumption rate. And much of the people, even right now we are just speaking, much of the people don't have anything. To that kind of the video, I can say that they are now tangling to have the commencement of showing people as an example that you should store. Much of the people produce feeds from their own chambers and making sure that they're going to be selling at the first price, because when the harvesting is always available, the price of talk about the selling price of the maize or the cereals or the legumes, it's always high. And to the effect of the time is whenever it reaches at a time, you find that people have sold everything. Like right now, there are people who doesn't have any food onto the store. To that kind of the point, I can say that kudos and to that family. Into that one, you are showing as an example that people should people should go to the farm. And the way I'm always doing, I saw a banana there, I saw finger millet there, I saw maize was there. Much of the things were available. Even me, I have some bananas here. I have maize. Even me, guys, I don't sell maize. That is the character that I learned from that family. They don't buy food. That was the good character that I saw, and I could just act with it, because when I was ever working there, I saw that as an example. Whereby most of the people that are talking about, oh, I want to go there, ask for one gorogoro. One gorogoro is just a 2 kg, talk about a 2 kg bucket that you are always being given, so as you can, it can just equal some to have you the affidavit of the day. And to the real effect of the time, that was something so legit. And to the most of the people who are just living alongside here, they know that sometimes it's very hard for some of the people to go and weed and do such kind of the cultivation and to the farm, talk about the field and come out with the produce and the good yield. But much of the people are lazy. Much of the people want to go from one home to another, talk about I want 2 gorogoros, 3 gorogoros, 4 gorogoros of maize, and it will just help me, I don't know in what. But the effect of today comes once. They have shown something different. And people should gauge and know this is the difference that people need and people have to go with. And the real effect, but that was not the main point. I saw that was a good point to elevate much of the people outside here. And I saw the fridge. The fridge was at the store, and that kind of a fridge, it is meant for Coca-Cola. And for Coca-Cola to make sure that everything is running good. Let me tell you guys, you know, sometimes we have You know the Coca-Cola fridge, it's meant for mostly the commercial purposes. What is a fridge doing in their store? Stolen gadgets. This is the aim and why I was coming to the point. I saw a Coca-Cola fridge that is meant for the business and for commercial purposes of Coca-Cola only and its own products. They're having it, which is a stolen Coca-Cola fridge. Because have you ever seen a Coca-Cola fridge in somebody's restroom, somebody's area, somebody's comfort zone of home? That Coca-Cola fridge is stolen, and it is stored in Kenge's stored home. And to the real fact of the time is people should gauge and know. Sometimes not everything will ever come. They just film, but not knowing that it will come to the clear evidence of the time. That that Coca-Cola, whenever I'm gonna be making sure that I'm gonna be calling the Coca-Cola so as I can just know, is the Coca-Cola fridge allowed to be in comfort zone of your own comfort zone of your house? It is not advisable. It is holding stolen gadgets of the company and storing them at the store where the cereals and legumes are stored. Is that the purpose of a Coca-Cola? That is a stolen gadget, and people should get it as that. Because at this kind of the family, they never knew that they were just filming, not knowing what they're doing. To the real effect of the time, when the company will ever be noticed that there is a stolen gadget onto their premise, it will be Mickey Mouse, Mickey Dog, Mickey Cat. And when going to always come out to elevate and instinctively come out to tell people that I'm rectifying the mistakes. I'm not attacking anyone, because there's no one who can attack me like the Kenge fraternity, because they know who I am. They know how I'm capable of. And to the real effect is today I'm just advising them and giving them the lecture of its own manner, that they should know what they are just putting to their own houses. That's why they are always talking about, I don't want to see anybody here. Today has filmed. She has filmed on herself. And the real effect of the time is when she has filmed, she never noticed that much of the thing she is filming, it's going to be coming. And that is why we are talking about everything that is in Kenge compound should be tangled and people should be gauging it. Because it's something which will be a stolen gadget, a stolen equipment, a stolen stuff, or anything in such kind of a manner. They want to hold things that are not to be holded unto their comfort zone. And we really praise the living God. He has made it happen. It's now raining, and this is the real affidavit of the time. And for the rain, we are in the planting season. We talk about, thank you very much, God, for the protection. Today we have the rains again, and people have planted the shambas. You heard about the Condad was talking about is putting the commercial fertilizer. He is applying to the shamba. To the effect of the time is something so unique whenever it rains like right now, to make sure that we are having good yields and good produce from the shamba. It's a good season that people should wake up, and this is a wake-up call to much of the boys. They think about whenever they see Gintu making things to change onto the G Castle. I have somebody who is cutting some of the leaves here. Guys, I was ever doing this kind of the work, and I was ever arrested. For imagine, and this is how I just give to the boys here right now. I was ever being chased from people's shambas. Right now, I can just give to the boys and they cut. It's not like the same way we were being treated. This is the same way I'm going to be talking about. Things change. The person you thought about will not come to the affidavit of that time is the one who is changing with the time. I'm always comfortable whenever I'm coming to tell the people the real deal, the real deals. people should wake up and make sure that they are willing, making things to change. Right now it's raining. Much of the people will be just talking about now it's now raining. Let me go now. It's, you know, the coldness that is coming. Let me go and find my wife. Let me go and find a girlfriend. Cucumberize. You don't imagine how you could just plant even maize. And they're coming sometimes to talk about, you know what, A, B, C, D. It's a changing time. Even Gintu, I am a farmer. Some people think about Gintu doesn't go to Shamba. I am a farmer and I'm doing things with the possibilities. Because of heavy rains, I'm going to be leaving this kind of the platform right now and making sure they're going to be continuing watching and making it happen. Because it's going to be raining, it's going to be having some affections to our bodies. Because ammonia always comes this way and we should not have this kind of the moment to have the sickness here. Keep it tuned, keep it locked, coming soon, next video.
Lunchtime hours.
Sasa utachia nani chuma and everything?
I think there is someone here.
No, you have to be sure. If there's nobody, I can go by myself now.
No, even they are right there. Let me tell them.
Kwa hivyo wanakuja hizi chuma?
Hizi lazima zitachukuliwa.
Sawa, Dagi, baadaye.
I have a YouTube channel, please. You can support me, please. Guys, I have a YouTube channel and my good name is Brother Dagi. Kindly, please, I'm requesting you, go check me out. And all of Sister D fans, we love you. We love you all, our viewers.
Actually, I have a friend who is sick. Can you give me like 1,000 shillings there, Dagi? Kasta is sick. Let me give you her number so that we can actually send a donation.
Yes. And guys, next video that's coming, I'm going to put my sister Dim Wangu link, which is going to support Sister Kasta. So guys,
have you sent your donation? Come, I give you the number.
I'm going to support.
Yeah, we need to support. If you send something, you know, that will take us a great.
So sis, give Dagi number. I give you. Okay, then I will give you. You have your phone there.
But your number ya Kasta ya mama ya Kasta tume mchango hapo.
And also guys, if you're out there, especially Kenyans, if you're willing to support, this is the number.
Itabidi Devini alafu niende bank.
07
Yes.
20 881
881.
Guys, back again to the G Castle here, and everything is getting as unique as usual. And I think the dogs are always following me wherever I'm moving to and every time. And if it's your first time, thank you very much for you watching the video here. And we are back to the G Castle here, guys. The work of today, it was on Saturday, and to the evening report that is coming out after every tallying to make sure that everyone is getting the real valid point about what is happening to all the day. Because we have already, yesterday we concreted this place here, and you can now check how it is right now. And we are only watering the space until the far end to make sure that we're gonna be having this kind of the alliterative time to share this moment to say that we are moving every time. And even to this kind of the position here, you can see we have already applied the it's called wood protective, or the wood preservative, which is making sure that it's in green color and everything is going on as usual. So today was on Saturday. We don't have much of the work to do, because what we did is to make sure that we are putting every kind of the materials that are waiting for the moment to reach whenever he's gonna be coming on tomorrow, which is on Saturday. We're gonna be making sure that they're gonna be starting with other things like if it's screening, or we have to make sure that we are raising this kind of the walls here, guys. This wall has to be raised, and it should be raised unto that kind of, it means that we're gonna be having some courses of we have 1, 2, 3 courses over the bricks all round to the far end. That is the main job that we're going to be done here tomorrow. And also we're going to be making sure that we're going to be having the screed also that's going to be coming also to the G Castle here to make sure that we are running out of time. The G Castle should be in 60% way, but we are lacking behind because of some sometimes we have not to go so much of hurrying, because the work should be competent and also should be very unique. We should not have much of the scratches and some of the things that will not bring us to all we bring some dilemma at the end. So still we are having much of the work to do here, and we all praise to the living God. Whenever we wake up, we make things to change. As we change with how the living God has brought that kind of day. So, and to the way, guys, because I told they're going to be having a billboard that's going to be put here very, very soon. So today we have cleared the way until you can now see up to the where the road junction is down there. So this kind of a highway right now, it's cleared. And to make sure even this tree it's cleared, because I told you that I got this kind of the visitors who are called NCA. Whenever they reached here, they told me about this kind of construction should not be in a bushy. So I was told that make sure that whenever we come here back, we should find that this area is cleared. That's why you can now see how the tree it's trimmed here, and we cut everything. So we are going with how the construction authority they are talking about. When they came, the only thing I told you guys is they're gonna be coming and making sure that you're gonna be getting them some small money for them to be relieved and leave the site. And also to Lady J's site, much of the people are asking about what is the update there. They have already done something called blocking, and I told you that whenever this kind of the people are going to be leaving, they're going to be scratching that kind of, or scrubbing and rubbing that kind of the words that were written, site closed, and the date they went there to make sure that everything is so comprehended there. And they have already put a lorry, and the site was stopped until the documentation going to be brought to the table. As you understand, this kind of the people, they need proper documentation. And even me, whenever they came, they asked me about who is the architecture and where is the plan, such kind of the things, and I provided, and it has a stamp, and that is the way forward. And they talked about where is the site not fenced. I talked about here we are at we are interior. I'm not in town, and they're asking much of the questions. Even Lady J was asked such an question that he's in town. He should make sure that he's having some of the nets that are enclosing the building whenever it's under the construction. I was told much of the things to comply. So that is what is really coming out. But the site is gonna be going back, because I spoke to one of the legends and to the position who are working there. He told me about the site gonna be opened as soon as possible whenever they comply with everything, and they should have the papers. And it is seeming that the last time they went there, they took 50,000 Kenya shillings from him, talking about they're gonna be rectifying much of the mistakes that are no longer available, because they knew that he never had the documentation. But what followed, he just lured them with money. And you know, this kind of the people that are crazy, they go and lure other people to come, because the NCA has many officials. So whenever one of the officials come, the same vehicle, and sometimes others will come, and whenever they come, they talk about we don't have any information about you. Then you'll have to lure them again with money. So it's something which is so disturbing. Until the last time you saw this kind of the people, sometimes they are so hectic whenever they are doing this kind of the things. But that's where they are eating from. This is Kenya. And to the fact about it, we are now waiting for, we have just talked about the demon was talking about, she's going to be coming out with a new brand multi-million project. We are waiting to see if it's a hospital that Kenya promised. She's going to be taking the position of now being one of the supervisors, going to be handling that kind of the mental hospital that they're going to build. Or we are waiting for Airbnb of the Didi uncle, which is the Jamaican uncle that they talked about about he gonna be building, or we are waiting for himself or herself. We are just sympathizing. Why can a lady come and talk about I want to build my own house at my own position, to mean that she is not going to be married, because everyone is now fearing how can I marry this kind of a gold digger. Much of the people are just wondering up to date, and it's one of the talk about something that it's so intrusive that even a person cannot feel the good vibe about, oh, I want to marry this kind of the lady. You know, whenever a lady is more money than you, so it will be becoming something so crazy. So that is the effect about why people are so challenged about, oh, can I marry this kind of a lady? No, we have to cucumberize her and put the stomach coming out booming here, and so as you cannot have anything to talk. So we have to silence the mouth by putting something onto the stomach. That is the only silence that men always come out with a strategy. And also to the real fact of the time is this kind of the way forward. I'm always coming out to rectify much of the things that much of the people are always talking about, or get into this, get into that way, get into those ways. But the real fact has to come out clean, as we have much of the sections and the segments to cover, as people will be getting and acknowledging themselves. And also it's now raining, because unto the village here, guys, we are experiencing the shortage of food, and that is the fact. Right now everyone is making sure that and putting some of the effort to put something onto the field, so as we're gonna be harvesting something at the end of the season. And to the real fact of the time, back to the G Castle again, because tomorrow going to be continuing with much of the things that are going to be resembling the ongoing of the G Castle, and making the points going on and on, as we have much of the things still to do and to the point. And for everyone who is always supporting Gin to talk about, or Gin to have to support ABCD, thank you very much for that one. And also we have to go forward after much of the things, how they going to be recovered. And here, guys, update about what we're going to be coming out from the next point is we're going to be experiencing the tiling here, the screening and tiling of the talk about this kind of the channel, which is called the gutter here. And also we're going to be having the roofing, which is putting much of the iron sheet onto the platform. And also we're going to be having to put those kind of we call them how can you call them, the blocks on top of the whole of the G Castle here, and putting the tiles. So we talked about we're going to be putting the tiles from the top of the G Castle as we are just going down. And whenever now we put all the everything here, we're going to be making sure that now we are going to inside of the house, start the plastering, and now we should be starting coming out with much of the sand and to the side, and also making sure that even the ballast should be coming to the side, because we have much of the point to the river. And also we're going to be coming out with another hole, which we're going to be created there to make sure that or dug to make sure that we're going to be collecting the rainwater, that the rain is always raining here. And the G Castle is now bringing a shape, and this is what we need, and we make it happen. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. This is an update going to be coming to you from _Gintu, and much of respect. Ramadan to everyone, and this is the point to go forward. And also, guys, I've seen much of the people are talking about why is this kind of the caster GoFundMe is bringing a problem, and we are always praying for her, so as she can just have much of the recovery, early repossession wherever she is. And we really talk about we sympathize with this kind of the people are always talking about they're going to be eating some people's money. We don't allow this kind of the sarcasm whenever it wants to happen. Why some people are coming out to eat, even talk about the deceased money, talk about the people who are patients money, something which is not good to the ecosystem, how we're gonna be going forward. And also the Didi uncle is the one who is complicating the things. Right now the mother to Caster, she is complaining about what kind of the thing they wanna be doing. He came out talk about can we help. Right now it's not a help again, it's just content creating and making sure that people are coming out with that A, B, C, D, talking A, taking B, taking everything. See, and to the people who are doing this kind of the things to that kind of the lady, wherever she is, and you can just feel it. How she's in hospital, she's cool, she's calming down, and some people are just there to eat the money, which is so symphony, so stupidical, so analytical, and which is something which is whenever she's gonna be coming out and you start talking about, hey, you know, A, B, C, D, she cannot even understand you. But the real effect is we really understand, because this is the human nature and the creature, how they were built, and they were constructed with the living God, so they can just come out with this kind of the pogromicity. And the real fact is much of the money that GoFundMe is funding, that it's just going to renovate Kenge's fraternity, and much of the people who are bringing problems is from Kenge fraternity. I don't know why this kind of the people, they have this kind of the tendency. If they see there's something somewhere, they have seen there's a pavement that they have to do something or they can contribute, they don't have that one. You can even see at the demon last time, she was forcing one of the boys here called the Bradagi, so as he can, I don't know why, he can just come out and do some of the things that are not even equivocal, something so stupid. And to the real fact is we should just go forward, because they're just looking for money east, right, center, so they can just make sure that everything is possible, which is something which is fragmental. And the real fact is we have to move forward. But to the good thing is she's gonna be coming out safely, as we are just praying for her, because cancer is a monster thing that not everyone is not guaranteed to get it, but you can never know what is your tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow it's gonna be coming from Nyabuansa somebody. We are talking about, oh, maybe she is A, B, C, D. You know what happened to her and how she left. But to the effect how people are treating it, it seems that people think about sickness is something to joke with. And much of the people, there are some of the subscribers here, people are watching, they have their own patients, they have their brothers, sisters, who are their sons, their daughters, who are suffering from this kind of the cancer lunatic. And whenever they are always, they are so quiet, they are just talking about our living God. Let you bless this kind of the creatures here. You know, a cancer, it's something so monster. And maybe it has never got to the Kenge fraternity. They will never ever do such kind of a thing whenever they're just and if it will ever get them, they will just know whatever they were ever doing, that it was not right. But the karma is coming. That's why we always talk about whatever you're doing for somebody, know that it might reflect it tomorrow. And that is the fact. How we are just doing is let everybody, if you want to contribute to where you know that this is the panel. Because I saw much of the ideas that they brought this kind of the website to make sure that contribution is ongoing. But it came to the Kenge fraternity, they came to talk about no, it doesn't work, don't trust those kind of people. Now who is to trust? Is it meaning that Kenge is the one, or the Kenge or the demon, she's the one who is handling and making sure that everything is coming out clean? Something so stupidical. And everything has to come with time, and time will never going to be falling apart. We're going to be saying that Castor, heal well, and we really pray for you. And me, obviously, Gintu, I'm praying for you to come out clean. And this is the fact about adding the position and wishing you best in your surgical application to you. Thank you very much for everyone who's been watching. Thank you very much for everyone who's been tuned. Make sure that we are moving forward together. Keep it tuned.
It's a 360 challenge, but we're standing tall. Vegetables growing and fish ponds for all. From the soil to the water, we nurture the land. Hope for the vulnerables, a helping hand. Hand in hand we break the chains of hunger, sorrow, and life's deep pains. Nyabohan's rises, together we sing. A village reborn where love is king. It's a 360 challenge, but we're standing tall. Vegetables growing and fish ponds for all. From the soil to the water, we nurture the land. Hope for the vulnerables, a helping hand. Hand in hand we break the chains of hunger, sorrow, and life's deep pains. Nyabohan's rises, together we sing. A village reborn where love is king. It's a 360 challenge, but we're standing tall. We're standing tall. Nyabohan's rises, together we sing. A village reborn where love is king. Hand in hand, we break the chains of hunger, sorrow, and life's deep pains. Nyabohan's rises, together we sing. A village reborn where love is king. Fantastic are the dreams that we create. Exactly in this village we seal our fate. With vegetables and fish, our lives will bloom. Nyabohan's, a beacon dispelling the gloom.
Down at Amarwa fish pond, things went wrong. This Gintu was the expert, but he's long gone. Tilapia swimming slow, turtles in a haze. Fish pond turned to trouble in those crazy days. Oh, the fish were suffocating, ammonia in the air. No water in the pond, man, it just ain't fair. Turtles and the tilapia fighting for a breath. Iamarwa fish pond flirting with death. It's Gintu kept the balance, or so we thought. But then he got the axe and the pond was bought. Turtles crowding corners, fish belly up and still. Ammonia creeping higher, giving us the chills. Oh, the fish were suffocating, ammonia in the air. No water in the pond, man, it just ain't fair. Turtles and the tilapia fighting for a breath. Iamarwa fish pond flirting with death. Keeping fish with turtles, what a wild mistake. No flow, no filter, just a stagnant lake. His Gintu could have saved it, he knew the fix. Now the pond's a graveyard, caught in the mix. Tilapia floating quiet, turtles barely crawl. No water left to save them, no hope at all. Iamarwa's a legend, a cautionary tale. Fish pond dreams all drowned in a rusty pail. Oh, the fish were suffocating, ammonia in the air. No water in the pond, man, it just ain't fair. Turtles and the tilapia fighting for a breath. Iamarwa fish pond flirting with death. So here's to its Gintu, fired and gone. The fish pond silent now, no swan song. Raise a glass to the chaos, the mess we've seen. Amarwa fish pond, a busted dream. So here's to its Gintu, fired and gone. The fish pond silent now, no swan song. Raise a glass to the chaos, the mess we've seen. Amarwa fish pond, a busted dream.